Hi, I'm Preti Taneja and I'm the winner of the Desmond Elliott Prize 2018. Well, the book is based on Shakespeare's King Lear, and I studied the play at school when I was 17, and for the first time I felt like I was seeing what my parents were talking about at home, which was how a country can be partitioned. It was the first time that I felt through literature I was beginning to understand how a king could divide a kingdom and set people against each other to end in a horrible civil war, which is what has happened in India since 1947. The whole book drives through Shakespeare's play towards Kashmir, where the book ends, and it's told from the perspective of 5 young people who are all struggling with great wealth and great power and trying to come to terms with a country that's changing very, very fast around them, but also struggling to come to terms with their relationships with themselves and each other. There are 2 things I would say to any aspiring author, and that is just read as much as you can. Read everything, read adverts, read newspapers, read outside your comfort zone, read poetry. Poetry is the lifeblood of literature. Read books, read magazines, everything is material. And the second thing is, in the worst moments when you feel like your writing isn't going anywhere, that's probably when it's going the best. Just keep going. It's an extraordinary feeling to have your work recognised by a group of people like the Desmond Elliott Chair and the trustees and the judges who come at a book, every book, with the same real critical focus and attention. So to win it is amazing because it's a real recognition that the literary quality of what the work is doing and the ways in which it shows a world are convincing enough to say, yes, this is a piece of literature that will last, and it can make a difference. So I feel very, very lucky and very happy. I studied theology and religious studies when I was at university because I felt like it was the subject that would teach me the most about why people are the way they are in society. And growing up as a British Asian, with lots of different languages around me at home and outside the home, and different religion at school and different religion in society and different religions at home. So I really wanted to understand some of the undercurrents of society, and this was before 9/11. So, you know, when that happened, and the whole world has kind of changed along ethnic, religious and linguistic lines and since then. And you know, whatever you do for your degree subject, if you want to be a writer, you can't help yourself. You will write. You're a scientist, you're going to want to be a writer, you're going to write. Scientists are some of the best writers, in fact, strangely. So, no, I didn't do English literature, and I don't think that there is a career path. But for me, I came to writing formally this novel quite late because for a long time I was at home freelancing as a journalist, but working for a youth charity called Headliners, which helps young people from 8 to 18 from across the UK learn journalism skills and get their work published. It's a great charity. And I was also caring for my mum, who was very, very sick, and she died when I was 28. And so anyone who's a young carer or caring for an elderly relative will know that when that happens, it takes a really long time to get your life back together. But it also really focuses your mind, because you understand that life is short. So you have to say to yourself, you know, what are you going to do with this time that you have? And if you really want to be a writer, you have to say, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put that first. So I gave myself the time and space to do a PhD in creative writing when I was 35, and without that I probably would never have allowed myself the permission to spend all that time working on a book, because you just don't know whether it's going to get published or what's going to happen next, you know. So that's how I went about it. Everybody's different, every book is different, every journey is different, but there's nothing more rewarding.